Hey gang, we're in here. Welcome on back to the Cade. We are back and welcome to 2025. Hope you guys all had a safe and lovely holiday season wherever you were. Safe travels, good time with friends and family. We sure did. We appreciate you letting us take the time off to celebrate it with our people, as no doubt you guys wanted to do yourselves. But we have football to play this week, so we need to get back into this with Season 2 of our what-if scenario of creating the New England Patriots Dynasty without Tom Brady. We're 3-0 so far, had a really good showing against the Buffalo Bills in Week 3. And now we got to head to Week 4, and we got to take on the Indianapolis Colts. And these Colts are going to be, I suspect, a handful. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Now, the Colts in 2002, in the real scenario, this is the first year that Tony Dungy took over as head coach, and we know he went on to win his one Super Bowl, became the first African-American head coach to do so, and then he ended up being there for a couple more years, but he came over from Tampa Bay just as John Gruden was coming in to help the Buccaneers win their Super Bowl. So, Peyton Manning is, or at least was, on this team in 2002. This was his fourth year in the league, as I recall, being drafted in 1998. They also got Dwight Freeney, future Hall of Famer, with the 11th pick in the first round, and he turned out to be a fairly good player. They also picked up Larry Triplett, who was a good defensive tackle. They got Joseph Jefferson, who was a defensive back. But overall, they didn't have a fantastic draft, at least not in the later rounds. They went 10-6 overall this season. They finished second in the AFC South, and they lost in the wildcard playoffs to the, brace yourself now, the New York Football Jets, 41-0. So, we will kick this ball away. And it's going to take me a minute to get used to playing this game again. Again, taking the holidays off, I do make a point of not trying to spend most of my holiday time playing games. Not that I don't like to, but, you know, holidays are for other things. Wrapping presents, drinking egg. Well, I'm not an eggnog guy, so I shouldn't go there. I did a lot of baking and stuff while I was gone on the holidays, but that's because I like having nice stuff to have during Christmas time.
The Colts will now start trying out some of the plays they've been working on all week. Plays designed to attack.
So let's see what we can do against Peyton Manning and this offense. One thing that I was doing, though, for a little bit during the off time, was I got back into playing Madden 2013, which, again, was the original Madden 25. It was the one to coincide with the 25th anniversary of the franchise, as opposed to Madden 2025, which is out now. And that game does remind me of why 2K Sports was such a threat to them at the time and what they were able to do. Because this game, despite it looking not quite as graphically sharp, even though for the time in 2002, there was nothing wrong with what 2K was doing. If you've watched the documentary, it's in the game, which is on Amazon Prime, and it's all about the evolution and history of Madden football. And I watched that over the break. That was really eye-opening on a lot of fronts. For one thing, I didn't know that a game that we've already previewed on this series, Joe Montana Football for the Sega Genesis, I had no idea that EA Sports actually made that game. In part of their deal to get Madden exclusively on the Genesis, but not have to pay Sega's licensing rights that other game developers had to deal with and still deal with to this day. Part of the package was they said, okay, well, what we will do is we will finish Joe Montana Football for you, because your version of it isn't going to be as good as ours. And in order to make people buy Madden when it first came out in 98, 99,
being determined to get the yards you need.
or not 98, in 89, 90, get my decades correct here, they dumbed down their version of Joe Montana football to make it lesser than Madden. And I genuinely did not know that. I was not, when I did all my research for that episode, that was not anything that I had found, was that EA had developed that game and did it as a minor league version of Madden. But it is interesting, and it's very telling to see, by the time they got around to this in the early 2000s, the definite challenge that had been presented by 2K and other competing game makers who were all looking to get a piece of what Madden had for that first 20-year run. And now with all the speculation about EA's license, their exclusive license, with the NFL potentially coming to an end, and the NFL opening it up maybe to other developers, there's been nothing that I've seen come down the pipeline to let anybody know about that. We could see that again, where you may have companies that would be looking to cash in and chip away on them a little bit more. We're just going to have to wait and see, because if I remember right, the deal expires at the end of this current football season, which is after the Super Bowl.
It's third and about 7.
Meanwhile, we had a football game here, and we got to stop Peyton Manning because he is driving down the field here. He keeps completing things on third down. And he goes right there. How did James slip right through that? Maybe because he's Edgerrin James, but I had him, I thought, down at least 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Watch this. He's going to cut in. My guy's right there, and then he just slips right through that little window, and then he's gone. That's not a good sign. Because now they are on the board. 6-0 with the point after coming up. And it's Mike Vanderjagt, a.k.a. our drunken kicker. That was one of the great live moments in sports history of the last 25 years. Right up there with former Colts Jim Moore going off about the playoffs and whether or not his team is going to make the playoffs. You can look them both up on YouTube. I'm not gonna denigrate your ears by trying to recreate that for you, but if you know, you know. And as somebody who worked in sports media for a long time, that was always the thing you look forward to, is getting those spontaneous moments where you're just thinking, this person actually said this, or this person actually did that? Are you kidding? Well, got a good return. We're up near the 30.
The Patriots want to score here. It's still early in the game.
So it's first and goal at our 28. We've got exactly 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
The Patriots now take the field, and we'll see how they respond to that last touchdown.
And Redmond picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3.
Second down, 7 yards to go.
Ball on the 32.
Now we have to worry about Freeney because he is a defensive end, so he is either on the left side in front of 70 or he's on the right side in front of 64. They do tend to turn him around and send him in different positions. But it's 3rd and 3.
3 yards to go.
It's 3rd and about 3.
All right, see if we can establish the running game here a bit. And we can't.
They really made a statement on that drive.
Well, that's not what I was hoping for.
Edge early.
They forced a 4th down situation early in the game and a likely punt. Costello comes in to punt.
So we're going to have to punt away for the first time today. Now, as I have said, since we started this series a year ago, that the goal is not to go undefeated. If we can manage to run the table, fine. But since the Patriots never fully ran the table either, yes, they went 16-0 in 07 and then lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl in the Tyree catch. I talk to my analyst about that all the time. She says I'm getting better about it, but with the right medication, we'll see. It's the same thing that Raider fans have when they deal with the tuck rule. I get it. He's already got 5 carries for 65 yards for Edgerrin James.
Really causing some headaches for his team, Dan. He shut down that play like Elliott Ness closing down a Chicago speakeasy.
One thing I do also like about going back and playing this game is that you remember when the AFC was at its best in the early 2000s. It was Colts, Patriots, Brady versus Manning, pretty much every year to see who was going to either go to the playoffs or go all the way to the Super Bowl. And that screen pass is the bane of my existence. I have the exact same problem covering this same play in Madden. And I've never been able to figure it out. It's like my guys just do not know how to be in position to cover a screen pass. In Madden, what they do is they will put out a trio of offensive linemen in front of the running back, and then you cannot get through them unless you manage to have your guys angled exactly right, and the odds are not good. So that'll be the end of the first quarter, and it's Indianapolis 7 and us nothing.
He didn't have to work hard for that one.
It'll be 2nd and 2.
The Colts currently enjoying a small advantage. 7-0.
And the problem is that we have guys who are in position to get to Peyton Manning. We're just not getting to him fast enough. Richard C. Hey, we got a penalty. What's this? Holder. So we can make it 2nd and 12 or 3rd and 4. I'm going to make it 2nd and 12. I give the down back, but hopefully that means we can actually cover somebody this time and get an incomplete pass. Because I don't think Peyton's missed yet. There we go. Ted Johnson.
Johnson slices through and stops the play right in its tracks. Nice read.
They came up empty on that play. You know, you've got to admire a player like that, Peter. He's all field smart.
Absolutely. He saw where that play was going right from the snap.
Ball on the 40.
All right, see if we can stop him here. Oh! And I jumped the gun. And that's the other problem you have with Peyton Manning, is that he will sit there at the line and he will recall the play and he will audible and he'll Omaha and he'll do all that stuff. He doesn't do that as much in this version of the game, but in later iterations of Madden, he was notorious for that. Hopefully that did not bite us in the butt. We'll have to see. And swatted down Willie McGinnis.
That'll take it to 4th down, probably force them to punt for the first time.
This will get the defense
guy we can always count on in a pinch to get us out of a bad situation. So now, with 4:29 to go in the first half, they're going to punt it away. We'll take it about our 8, and here comes... I think that's Charles Johnson who brought that back. So we're back at the 20. And we're going to have to go to the air.
The Patriots had their defense forced to punt. Now let's see if their offense can score. Currently they trail 7-0. Goes left.
And we got Troy Brown for a pickup of 10. We got lucky there. There was a defender right in front of him.
ball, but he still managed to make the catch, Dan.
It seemed really risky to throw to him with that much coverage, Peter, but apparently they knew he could get the job done.
All right,
with
see if
the
we can
right
run the
throw.
comebacker route.
32-yard line. On the gun. Spirals it middle on the flats. Here with the stop.
And let's pick up a 5.
On the play.
It's not a huge pickup, but that's what a comebacker does. It's just to give you enough position where you've got a cushion between you and the defensive back. You can make the catch, and if you're able to, turn upfield and get more yardage. But if not a huge deal. Got me by the ankle. So 3rd and 1. So we were in this position last time, and we didn't get there. Let's see if we can make it work. And we did, just enough to move the chains. So JR's been working for his yards, but he's got 5 carries, 14. Okay, now we got to see what we can do to keep the momentum going.
Off your back when you have no momentum behind you. 1st and 10.
And I'm pretty sure that's Damian Woody moving on the line and backing us up 5 yards again.
Woody looked like he was trying to draw somebody off sides, but he'll take home the flag this time.
Yep, thanks for that, Damian. You put us in not a great spot. So now it's 1st and 15. About 2.5 minutes to go. And that was swatted down, and I'm lucky I looked when I did. Otherwise, Drew would have been sacked.
Drew Bledsoe was really feeling the heat on that one, Dan. I think that affected the pass.
Oh, without a doubt, Peter. They were gunning for it.
You know, he must have felt like he was the last tray in the buffet, and I had just gotten off work.
Ooh, boy, that's certain doom. Ball at the 39-yard line.
But underneath the Rutledge, he picks up 5, so we got back to the original line of scrimmage. Now we got to see what we can do on 3rd and 10.
That one dropped over his shoulder, and he was able to snag it without breaking stride.
All right, see if we can run a bingo route here. They think I'm going to go to Lucas over on the left. Actually, what I'm hoping is I get to Johnson if he's not double covered. Well, we're going to have to wait because we're at the 2-minute warning.
But it's anybody's game. 7-0. Third and 10.
All right. Oh, I tried to get it away, and there's... Oh, it was Peter with the sack.
What a hit.
Christian Peters spied an opening and pounded
Came right through
smack
show.
that
Oh,
QB around.
Damian Woody didn't even try to
For the
block him.
defense.
Dude's a Hall of Famer and could not even get in front of Peter long enough for him to slow him down. So, we're going to have to punt it away again, which is not what I wanted. I wanted 6 points, but we couldn't even get off our side of the field, which means this Indianapolis defense has definitely improved from how they were last year because we beat them quite handily during the regular season.
James catches it. The 30 takes the tackle on the return.
The Colts have got to be happy with their running game.
And I think Edgerrin James was sure to eat his Wheaties this morning because he is not being taken down easily.
Are on the field after the punt. They're up 7-0.
And you can trace the lineage for certain players having that sort of ability all the way back to Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl, as I demonstrated in an earlier episode here. If you want to go back and check it out, I had never played Tecmo Bowl in all the years that have been out with Bo Jackson in a one-on-one game against the computer. we always had the rule that if you were going to play Tecmo Bowl, you could not play with the Raiders and you could not play as Bo Jackson because he was just that dominant. You had to play as a different team. Otherwise, it was like playing Michael Vick in Madden 04. You just didn't have a prayer.
Third and long coming up.
All right, so let's see what we can do here on
It's
third and 11. We got to stop them here and then call a timeout if they complete it and come up short.
Out on the wing.
Whoop, not what I wanted to do. Actually, I think he got out of bounds.
6 yards to go.
He did. I forgot if I hit select on my controller, it does an automatic fast forward.
Smith will punt for the second time.
That's what happens when you take a week or two off from your regular schedule. Which, speaking of, we are going to do something a little different for Sunday, for Sucker Punch Sunday. We're actually going to have a twofer.
Stop on the return.
Because I was supposed to get one recorded just before Christmas, and I can't go into too much detail about it, but because it deals with work. But we had a major emergency that pretty much took out all of my available time right before we broke for the holiday. So luckily it wasn't anything of a personnel nature or anything like that. It wasn't like cops were called or anything. We just had something that went really sideways with a project, which happens when you're doing that sort of work. You know, when you work in IT, that stuff comes up. But yeah, it got pretty
It's all about accuracy, Dan.
chaotic.
Your man's got to know you can get the ball to him.
2nd and 10.
So as a result of that, I genuinely did not have time to even get away from my desk and do other things,
2 incompletes in a row in the last
because I was in meetings and triage assessments and
Really
all
took a
that stuff
chance with
for
that
what
throw.
happened
There were two
and
guys out there who might have picked it off.
what could have been done differently and all the woulda, coulda,
He
shoulda
thought
stuff
you
that,
know, he
that
can
comes
thread a needle
about.
and get to
So,
his receiver.
yay,
But
the
I'll tell you,
joys
that
of
is a
working
big
in
risk.
Risk he didn't need to take.
IT circa 2024/2025, but I will tell you this much: I would much rather be doing this for a living now than what I spent 30 years, or not 30 years, but 15 years doing, working in media.
And long. The Patriots
So we complete that one, and we are near midfield. We got 25 seconds to get downfield enough that we can actually put points on the board.
The clock is at 25.
Now, something I do wish was in this game that they hadn't put in yet was being able to alter player routes.
Pass is incomplete.
As I got hit just as I was letting that go.
Throwing early.
now we got
That
22
kind of
seconds
vice-like
left.
defense can really squeeze out some bad passes.
22 seconds on the clock.
That is one innovation that I think when they were able to start putting that into the games, made it a lot more, not only a lot more realistic, but also made it more enjoyable. As Freeney got to me.
Drew Bledsoe is not getting much help from his line there, Dan. They were on him in a hurry.
Yeah, that forced him to cough up a lame pass. He's lucky there was no defenders around. The clock is down to 8.
Yeah, except Dwight Freeney was right in my grill going, hey, how you doing? I thought I got the pass off. Instead, we got hit for a loss of 12.
First time out and
Ugh. Now Indianapolis is going to call timeout, and we're going to have to find a way again. And I'm not liking our chances here. If I can't consistently put offense together because my line can't defend me,
stops the return man in his
That's going to make life really difficult in the second half. That we're keeping it at 7-0 is actually fairly impressive because Peyton should be putting up a lot more points on the board than he has. Especially because he has Edgerrin James in the backfield and he's got Marvin Harrison out on one of these wings. And he dropped it. So we managed only 19 passing yards and 15 rushing yards, which is not how we have been doing things for most of the year. But we get the ball to start the second half, and now we got to see what sort of adjustments we can make. As Indy will kick it away here under the dome. I think this is still the Hoosier Dome and not Lucas Oil Stadium. So we both ran 16 plays, but they ran them a lot better than we did.
Ball on the 22.
All right, let's get back to seeing if we can rush here. All right, picked up a solid 5. That's not bad.
Second down, 5 yards to go.
Ball on the 27.
There we go. All right, JR is moving now. We got our first down on consecutive plays.
Run there, Dan.
He did, and he certainly worked for it, even trying to stiff arm his way past the defenders.
Yeah, that move was a little weak. His stiff arm had all the power of a handful of mashed potatoes.
1st and 10.
All right, see if we can get a pass play off here. Here's Troy Brown, and he's got the first down. We're at midfield. We're right exactly at midfield.
For the first down.
So we are on the verge of getting into Indy territory. I keep wanting to say Baltimore. I'm old enough to remember when the Colts were still in Baltimore before they left in 1983, 84.
Takes the hit and takes him down after a handful of yards. A gain of 4.
Second down, 6 yards.
Yeah, I was all of maybe 7 years old when the Colts left Baltimore. And seeing those big Mayflower moving trucks with everything in it, I was like, where are they going? Ooh, threw into triple coverage. That should have been picked.
Really should have looked before he threw there.
I looked. The gap was there. It's just they really good at shutting it.
Peter, there were 3 guys playing that zone. I can't believe that was the best choice he had. It's now 3rd and 6.
All right, we may be in a pickle here if we don't get this gain. Nope, we are short. 4th and 2. We may have to go for this.
Only a couple of yards.
The Colts hung tough in the clutch, forcing a 4th down.
They're going for it on 4th and 2.
We got nothing to lose if we do, so. And we pull it off because Edwards got a big gain. When in doubt, go to the fullback. And he had a huge hole to move through.
Couldn't quite believe they actually went for it until they did and got it.
They obviously want to score very badly.
Would be nice. Especially when he has a fresh set of downs. And overthrew Brown. I was throwing into heavy coverage again, and Bledsoe's just throwing from his back foot. I can't have him plant because the pressure's coming the second everybody starts moving.
That was not a smart throw, Peter. Ball at the 30-yard line.
There we go. All right, 3rd and inches.
Made a nice grab. The pass comes in high, forcing him to slow just a little to make the catch.
Not by much, though, and he didn't have any trouble with the completion. Ball on the 21.
And we got enough for the first. We just need to get over that yellow line.
The Colts are getting batted around out there. Their defensive line is providing little threat against this running game.
Ball at the 18-yard.
Actually, Indy's defensive line has been doing a pretty good job of containing Redmond.
Dodges a defender.
But not that time, as we're down at the 2.
The game plan is to get him the football and let him go to work.
The Patriots.
All right, let's see if we can lock this in and get some points on the board. Yep, and walk it in. Touchdown, J.R. Redmond. It took a while, but we are finally on the board. 7-6 with the extra point coming up.
To get inside, and he got it.
Hey, 6 is 6 no matter how easy you make it look.
And people may sit there and think, well, why don't you go for 2? I got a minute 33 to go. I want to have it tied up, so if anything, if we have to go to overtime, we'll at least have a fair shot at it, because this is still sudden death rules in this game, as opposed to using the college rules they use now.
The Patriots tie it up.
All right, so it's 7-7, 12 plays, 78 yards, 3 minutes, 24 seconds. Now, if we can hold them on this drive, make them punt, and take advantage of another clock-draining drive like that, we may be in with a shout. But we got to stop them here.
Comes in and makes the tackle on the return.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Peyton and the Colts at their 27-yard line with a minute 29 to go in the 3rd.
The Colts take the field for the first time this half, and we'll see how they respond to that.
If we get a pick, that would be ideal.
Pitches it. Moves wide right.
Oh, he pitched it. Edgerrin James, 8 carries, 83 yards. Man, he's going to kill us at this point.
Something to try to stop it.
Ball on the 47.
I know he's back there. There we go. He got by the first guy, Mitchell, but then 3 more white jerseys were right there to contain him.
Sends him packing for what could be a crucial
Needed
loss,
that.
man.
They've got to be worried, Peter. They're losing traction on this drive.
Oh yeah, this defense shows no signs of letting up.
Ball at the 43-yard line.
Oh, yeah, we absolutely can't afford to.
Crosses left, out on the wing. Makes the tackle after several.
Got him with the ankle tackle. It's 3rd and a short 7.
Executed a nice little spin move there on the run, turning around to make the catch, then following through to keep running.
All on the 49.
See if we can get this play off before we get to the end of the quarter. Out of the shotgun.
Barely gets it off. It's
Oh, crap. Marvin Harrison right there, and my guy was in position to maybe pick it off, but then all of a sudden he was out of position.
It's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Oh, man, it's 1st and 10 at our 11-yard line, and even if we hold them here and they kick a field goal, we still got to get a touchdown to win. So now we got to just hope for 3 instead of 6. Whoa, what the heck? I hit the wrong button. I went to hit the tackle button. I think I hit the start button. And now it's 1st and goal at the half-foot line. Well, I put him down. We backed him up about 2 feet.
Nowhere to run, baby. No place to pass to either, with these guys on the case.
All at the 1-yard line.
And he dives in. Touchdown, Edgerrin James.
James, hours ahead for the joy of 6 on that play.
So now we got 4 minutes and 3 seconds to get on the board, or it is over. The other thing I have to keep in mind is that year 2 was not good for the Patriots either. If I remember right, they went 9-7 and missed the playoffs entirely. You know, New England truly did hit the sophomore slump in 2002. And they did have to come back in 03 and be in a position where they were a lot stronger on a lot of different facets of the team to make the run to take on, if I remember right, the Panthers in that second Super Bowl. Because that was the Eagles in the third one. When it was Donovan McNabb's team, they weren't running the Philly special. All right, so 3:59 on the clock. It is 1st and 10 at our 22-yard line. We've got 78 yards to go, and if we don't do it, it's pretty much game over. That did not help as we only managed to get 1 yard.
Ball on the 23.
I was looking for Lucas for the first time today and incomplete. So 3rd and 9. And honestly, we were in 4-down territory regardless.
Ball at the 23-yard line.
And we got it. 1st down. Boy, did we need that. Ray Lucas with the catch.
No match for this tough, talented offensive line.
Yeah, shutting down the blitz can be murder, but if you're successful...
But one time I really needed this offensive line to hold their ground and keep me on my feet long through the pass away, and it worked. And we pick up another 1st down. So we had 15 yards rushing in the first half, 65 in the second half. That's telling.
All at the 48-yard line.
As you can see here,
All right, we're across midfield. It's 2nd and 7.
You can trust with the ball.
2nd down, 7 yards to go.
We'll close in on the 2-minute warning, but we're actually in good shape here. All right, 3rd and a short 3.
It will be 3rd and short.
3rd down, 3 yards to go.
It's 3rd and about 3.
Ah, we didn't get there. So we have the 2-minute warning.
Push them back. We've reached the 2-minute warning. The Colts currently enjoying a slight advantage, but it's anybody's game. 14-7.
All right, we got successful with the fullback the last time. And we didn't do it here. They read it perfectly, and that's turnover on downs. And what I was really hoping wasn't going to happen did happen. The defense got wise to me trying to do that run, and that's the risk you take in games like this, is that if you stick with one style for too long, they will get wise to you, even in a game that's now 23 years old, NFL 2K2. Oh, but we got the sack on Peyton.
The Patriots.
So we got to call a timeout here.
Stop the clock.
2nd down, 17 yards to go.
Ball at the 42-yard line.
Made my dream come true, Manny.
Man, if we can stop him long enough to have him punt it away. All right, it'll be 3rd and 10. James has got 98 yards on the day. I think he's the first running back that we've dealt with since we started this game. We started this series that's gotten more than 100 yards on us.
3rd and 10.
Hasn't even gotten close to 100 yards.
No signs of slowing down.
The Patriots call timeout and stop the clock. That was their last timeout.
All right, so now we got to go to the length of the field
Smith lines up, and this will be
in a minute 45 with no timeouts. If Smith kicks this short, it may help us, but he's not gonna. Instead, we are at our 22 again.
Targets to cruise to the finish line.
All right, so what I got to do is I got to be in a position where I can have guys get out of bounds. That's what I need more than anything.
Defense forced the punt. Now let's see if their offense can score. Currently, they trail 14-7.
Ooh, if that's pass interference, that's going to be helpful. And it is. Oh, we got lucky there. That's 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
For the ball. He can't just manhandle the receiver like that. That's interference.
All right, so it stopped the clock. We moved up 15 yards. And Rutledge couldn't get the play, even though I threw it right to him.
Reachable from up here, Peter, that's for sure. On the other hand, if he had jumped and didn't have to, it may have been intercepted. 2nd and 10.
We go to Lucas. He's got it. First down. Call the hurry-up offense.
Pretty accurate day. No interceptions. Good job.
Got that one to Lucas. We're moving downfield. I don't need to quiet the crowd. I need to be able to do this. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Crap. Threw into quadruple coverage. That stops the clock with 16 seconds to go.
Blew it with that throw. I mean, there were 3 sharks in the water out there.
Yeah, you know, I thought it was a mistake to bunch up the coverage in one zone like that, but apparently they knew just what they were doing. Clock reads.
All right. All or nothing now. And knocked down, incomplete. It's 4th and 20.
They can't afford to cough it up here, Dan. They've got to go for it.
The game's still within reach, Peter.
So it's a home run ball or nothing. And Drew's got an arm, but I don't know if it's going to be that good. We're going to be 2 yards short, and that's the end of the game. Well, didn't go as I planned, but I'm not surprised that Peyton got over on us this time as we lose at Indianapolis 14-7. Take our first loss of the year, so now we're 3-1. Let's see if I can pull up the standings here. There we go. So at the moment, we've got the Rams, the Ravens, and the Eagles all undefeated. Now we've got us with the Cardinals, the Panthers, the Colts, Jags. I mean, we're in a big logjam at 3-1. So, all things considered, through 4 weeks, we're not doing bad at the quarter bowl, considering you got the Cowboys at 0-4, the Broncos at 0-4, the Packers at 0-4, and the Falcons at 0-3. So the question is, who are we facing next week? We are... I think we've hit our bye week. Yep, we're not on. So, I can go ahead and... bye last week, and now week 6, we will take on... who? We're back home in Foxborough. We will take on the San Diego / Los Angeles Chargers on a Sunday night game. Cool, so we'll get to see the boys from out west for the first time this season. But that, everybody, is Sports Saturday for this week. Again, thanks for allowing us to take the holidays off. Sorry that we didn't have more content for you, but it's that time of the year where everybody just likes to get home, be with friends and family, enjoy the time off, get back for a new year, and we are happy to be back in being able to put content together. Again, we will have a double dip of Sucker Punch Sunday tomorrow to make up for what we lost last week, and also the fact that we know that we've been lagging on getting those in pace. We originally were doing 1-to-1 with Sports Saturday and Sucker Punch Sunday, but it kind of fell by the wayside a couple of times, not by design. So we want to make sure we stay on top of that. So check that out as well. We also will get back into our ongoing playthrough of Super Robot Wars Alpha Gaiden. That will be coming out every Monday and Wednesday. We are about 2/3 of the way through that game. We don't have a whole lot much further to go, but the episodes are going to get a little bit longer, and there's nothing I can really do about that. It's just the way the game is designed. So you're just going to have to bear with us on that. We're going to try and split them up if we can, but if not, you may get them in just one big chunk. And then once we get back out of this game and into our next playthrough, normal service will be restored, I promise you. So be sure to follow us on social media through Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. Everyone at Retro Gatos, spread the word about us as we continue this channel and make it bigger and better. Again, a huge shout out. I cannot stress enough how grateful we are for everybody who subscribed over the year, who watched our videos, who we saw through the analytics. Our counts went up, our subscribers jumped by 4-fold, and we cannot be any happier about that. Yes, it's not a massive jump when you look at the full subscriber numbers, but anything's better than nothing. So your continued patronage and your checking out of our pokey little channel, we don't take it for granted, and we'll always welcome you when you come in. But that's enough for 1 week. My name is Ronan. It's been great to spend this Sports Saturday with you. Great to be back. Be safe. Be well. Happy gaming. Happy New Year, by the way. And we will talk to you tomorrow for the first of 2 episodes of Sucker Punch Sunday. Bye.